video is supposed to be super aesthetic to match the makeup I'm about to use, the title. I'm wearing a hoodie. My hair looks, it's accentuating my, we'll make do with what we have because I bought this like weeks ago and I still haven't done anything about it. There's a girl at Shikor that used to work at Mimi Box. Now she works at Shikor, obviously. And she's like, oh, please make a video about these, please. I was like, girl, I already bought I bought this shit. I'll do it. But I still haven't done it, so I'm doing it today. Is the camera too low? Now it's too fucking high. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, if you don't know, Shikor is like the Korean Sephora now, I guess. This is not a cheap brand. This is a very expensive brand, I feel like. And I've been told that the CEO, she's got a lot of money. So, I mean, I'm imagining like the CEO where she's like, she got like the tight pencil skirt with like her fur shawl or whatever you call them, with like a puppy in one. I'm imagining like a Korean Paris Hilton, slightly older, that just hires a bunch of people to like make a makeup brand. And she's like, whatever, just make the shit. I'm paying you. Oh, that's really hot. I don't know if it's on fan mode or actual air conditioning mode, but if you can hear that, I apologize. So the brand is called Dear Dahlia. I mean, oh my God. All the packaging, marble. Joan would fucking love this shit. Marble with like rose gold accents. Do you see that? It's all really extra. With the price to match. They even fucking gave me, this is actually a really cute notebook. And there's no lines. I like ones with no lines. It makes me feel like the artist that I never was. They try to, how did you describe it? The shelves, it's just like Sephora. Each brand gets their own section of shelves. Some have like 2 shelves, some have 1 shelf. Some have like a whole counter, a whole shelf to themselves. Dear Dahlia gets like 1 whole half of one. I'll try to include a clip here. So I thought they had a lot of shit, but they actually only have like some basic stuff. It's just that they repeated their displays. Like they put all the foundation here, but then they mix some of the foundations with some of the concealers in another area. I don't know. I almost got everything because everything was very appealing. And the thing is, I like makeup brands where it's like they don't have too many things, where you don't have to look for like the star products. They're all kind of like, the main things are kind of just like right there for you to look at. So let's open this shit up. Let me put sunscreen on first because I'm getting stuff done to my skin. I'll have a vlog about that. But I'm supposed to be wearing sunscreen and I didn't put anything on, but I'm sitting right in front of a window. They have a sunscreen cushion, the Skin Paradise Tone Up Cushion. Bitch. Oh my God. Love the packaging. Product is just okay. Open like this, huge mirror, love the mirror. You get your puff, and it's the kind where you push to get the product out. Sorry, running out. Besides being a mineral sunscreen, it's supposed to also tone up your skin, so like brightening your skin. But I feel like it's a little bit patchy. What I do is I'll pump it out. And if I use it straight with a sponge, I feel like the sponge absorbs it only in these dots, so it doesn't apply evenly. So what I do is I kind of spread it here, like that. So it's on my face. There are some sunscreens that have that almost kind of like bluish, ashy cast to them. And I feel like this is one of them. And to be honest, it's a little bit, what's the word I was gonna use? It's kind of patchy, is that the word? I feel like this is only good for people that want, it can brighten your skin a little bit. It's not foundation, don't get me wrong. But you know how Pony uses tone up creams as like her foundation for more natural makeup? Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm like completely, anyway, I already did it. That's kind of how I see this. Also good for maybe in the summer when you're at the beach, or in general if you need to touch up your foundation. No, touch up your sunscreen if you don't wear any makeup. Otherwise, I don't really care for this product. I think it'll look great for people that have great skin already, that want to that think their face is a little bit dull looking. For me, it's not enough to just pat it. I kind of have to spread it, either with my finger or with the puff itself. Because if you don't spread it, I feel like it just sits on top of the skin, and that's when it can get patchy, and then it can make your foundation like lift. I don't notice a cast too much as long as I blend it really well, but if I can get sun protection from just a regular sunscreen that's just like part of my regular skincare routine, I would rather have that. So So there's that. Next to the rest, okay, this is the only thing that I actually tried. The rest, I didn't open yet. Next up is the Nude Beige, Skin Paradise Blooming Cushion Foundation in the shade Nude Beige. If you are into makeup or in general, these things are so useful. These box cutters, I act like they're a thing that most people don't have, but they're so useful for opening makeup because all the tape and shit. Skin Paradise Blooming Foundation was moist semi-matte finish. Combines plant-based, I forgot to say that. Dear Dahlia, the whole concept of Dear Dahlia is that it's based around the Dahlia plant, I think? The Dahlia flower? Dahlia variabilis flower. So the extract from that flower, a lot of the products in here have that, I guess. Skin conditioning ingredient, naturally nourish and create radiant, flawless looking skin with lightweight, continuous coverage. So I guess it's supposed to be long wearing, but condition your skin as you're wearing it. Looking a little bit, like, it looks patchy in some parts. It's gonna be covered by foundation, but anyway, just want to point that out. There's like 5 colors, I think. And this one is, they described it as like a number 23, I guess. So just like the cushion, the fucking sun cushion. It's oh my god, this shit, I can't. It's got this little pump thing. That looks about right. Ooh, we love a moist queen. I stan it. All right, let me see how I want to do this. I think I only pumped it out this much because I want to show you, but I think this is way too much, so I'm gonna just take it on my finger and spread it first. Okay, now, oh god, looks a little light. So as I'm touching it, feels quite thin, almost watery in a way. Because as I'm spreading it, it's shearing out. Oh great, so it is on fan mode. Takes it a little bit on here. Wow. Okay, I think I put too much on the sponge. This is SPF 35, PA triple plus, by the way. The puff kind of feels cheap. It feels like one of those basic puffs that used to be in like the older cushions, because it's not really like, I mean, it's soft, but it's not squishy and spongy, because a lot of the ones these days are squishy and spongy. Ooh, this is nice, but I get the feeling it's gonna lift, because there's some parts where I kind of touch it with my puff again and it kind of dents. It's one of those foundations though that are kind of like moist, but they're thin. A lot of moisturizing foundations have a bit of like body and thickness to them. A little bit light for me. There is another color deeper than this. I think I probably should have gotten that one, but she can make it work, I hope. So, funny story. This time and like every single other time I tried to wear this foundation, no matter how I wore it, within like, I'm not even joking, within like 2 hours maybe, it would make my pores look super large. It's non-transfer for me. If I touch my face even a little bit, it completely rubs off. But it just made my pores look really, really bad. And that, I mean, I don't have the smallest pores, but that's not really a problem I really run into with any foundation, even other glowy foundations. But this one has to be one of the worst cushions I've ever used, sadly. I don't even know if I can recommend it to a really dry skin either. It just doesn't seem like it has any ingredients in there that will help it last at all in the skin, but that was just my experience. Hold on, it's getting too fucking hot. Ugh. When I moved, I ended up throwing out all my like shirts that I wear at home because I felt like I just had way too many. I replaced them all with just plain white shirts, so you're probably gonna see a lot of videos where I'm just wearing a plain white shirt. They had one of those sponges, unsurprisingly. You know that Real Techniques? I know Real Techniques had it. I feel like Several brands had it. Maybelline, I think, had it. It was like that diamond shape. It's a diamond shaped sponge that had this kind of pattern on it. They had that obviously, but they didn't have it in stock at the time. But they have these Dear Dahlia mini marble blender. This blender trio, because there's 3 in there. Looks like a little Christmas ornament. And what you get is you get like this poop shaped one with like a cut on the side. You get a regular poop one right here. They feel a little bit hard. I don't mind that, but it doesn't feel like a beauty blender. Kind of around, it's like a really round egg. There's a little bit of a tiny point, but what would you even use this for? Maybe concealing spots, I feel like. This one probably the inner corner, and this one probably a wider area, like maybe if you do the triangle, which I think I'll do because I have concealer here. The rest of the packaging, other than the lipstick, they all come in like this really adorable, which by the way, a lot of this stuff reminds me of Fenty Beauty. I feel like they made it in the same factory, the packaging. A lot of this stuff is like dual, there'll be multiple things like in one product, which I guess is nice, especially if you're paying that much. This is the concealer duo. You get a lighter shade and get a deeper shade. Deeper shade I guess you can use for concealing blemishes like here, and then the lighter one you can use like to highlight your face or something. There were a bunch of different eyeshadow combinations. There was ones where it was like this, where you get 2, right here, matte powder shadows, and you get like a glittery, shimmery, oh my god. Oh my god. And then they have the ones where they're like lip and cheek duos. So the thing I love about this brand is that a lot of the colors are they're more leaning on towards like, I mean, they've got color obviously, like this, but it's almost like there's a lot of warmth in the color. So I feel like this brand is more on the natural side, but it's still very modern and very chic. So if you're into that sort of look, I think you really like this, which is why I would gravitate towards the brand, because the colors really spoke to me. They're very juicy colors. But then they've also got ones where it's both powder eyeshadows and like a lip and cheek thing. So, and the thing is, these colors are already made together. So whatever you put on your face, or whatever palette you take with you, the colors will kind of match already. So it doesn't make, because for me especially, sometimes I get really confused as to like what to pair with what, with like lips and eyes. But in here, they're all kind of together. So I'm gonna conceal my face, which needs a lot of that. I think what I'm gonna do is I don't think I'm gonna wet these because the base is wet, or not wet, but more moist. I feel like there might be some oils in there. I feel like if I wet this, it will lift the foundation more.
And here it is wet, and surprisingly, 1, you can tell it's a lot bigger, but 2, it's actually way, way softer. It almost feels like a beauty blender. I would say it's probably just as soft as one too. But the only thing is it fucking sucks with that cream concealer. It makes the concealer break down and turn patchy, like really patchy, and not blend properly. But this would work really well with liquid concealer. Friends, here it is next to the dry one right here.
One thing I don't like about that packaging though is that the name, because it's double-sided, the name is on both sides. The actual name of the product is on the sticker. You have to keep the sticker on there if you want to know what's the name of the palette, what the name of the palette is. It also is convenient that both sides have a mirror. It's nice. But the mirror is so fucking tiny, it's almost useless. Ooh. Well, that's a really good color actually to match this foundation. There's only one other colorway with the concealer. Ooh, 괜찮다. This is the lighter one. The other one is medium, I think. That actually, I really like that. That's good. That's nice. I think I'm gonna use the same color to conceal my dark circle, but with the pointed sponge. Ooh. Oh god. You see that? Kind of lifted my foundation. It's because it is a hard sponge and it's dry right now. Not surprised. Again, not surprised because the foundation is warm. Oh, whoa. 괜찮은데. Let me see. I got fillers finally under my eyes, so it makes it easier when I actually put concealer. I at least look awake. Before, I had like the shadow, a physical shadow there, so no matter how much concealer I put, I still look tired. But I don't know if you're gonna even see it, but she's concealed. Lifting my foundation on my nose, because it's like bumping into it. Put a little bit of concealer in the center. It gets so red in between my eyebrow. The skin there is really thin, so it just doesn't hold on to foundation very well. That is good. I like that. Now I'm going to kind of brighten the center of my face using this sponge, the cut sponge with a lighter concealer. Oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? I'm trying to use it as a mirror. That is giving me really full coverage, which is a good thing. But if you want to maintain that finish of the foundation, you might not want to use the concealer everywhere because it is definitely more matte. You can see right there. The concealer is more matte than the foundation. It's really dangerous to be doing my makeup right in front of the fucking sun, especially after having that thing done on my face. Oh, uh-oh. I was trying to get into the very corner of my nose, but I ended up wiping it off. Wow. That looks really good. Please ignore my scarring right here. You can probably see my scarring because the light's coming this way. Here, the light is filling in all the scarring, but when I turn this way, it casts a shadow so you can see my scarring, so please ignore that. All right, that was wonderful. I like the concealer. The concealer, great consistency. It's more on the hard side, so it will give you that coverage that you need. Don't know how I feel about it for brightening my eyes. I would rather prefer like a thinner formula, so I don't feel like I have like too much on my face. What the hell is this? The fuck? Why didn't no one fucking tell me? Well, I thought we were fucking friends. All right, oh, bro, I have so many colors here that I want to try. Wait, let me do my eyebrows first, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my eyebrows on, and I put a little bit of nose contour on. I really don't know which one I want to use. This one is like screaming my name, but I wanted to use something because I like that there's mattes in there. But fuck it, whatever. We'll go with this one, and then I'll swatch the rest for you. I want to see the thing. When I saw this, I'm like, oh, this looks like it'd be really convenient to just kind of use your fingers. It looks like that kind of brand where it's just kind of it's beautiful, but you can just slap it on with your hands. Don't know if can I? I don't know. I have the brushes, so why not use the brushes? I'm mirroring here, but it's so small. Zoom in. That'll probably fucking help. The shadows are really smooth. They're not insanely pigmented, but for me, I feel like they're enough. They're just really soft, which is what I like the most. This one is in, oh my god, I don't fucking remember. It's like coconut something. If you're looking for a brand where you can get those like crazy looks and like cut creases and what have you, I don't think this is going to be the brand for you. There's a lot of fallout though. There's a lot of fallout though. They kind of feel like Anastasia shadows in a way, maybe less pigmented, but that level of like softness and blendability. That's pretty, really natural, but that's right up my alley. I know there are girls out there that love like the crazy makeup, which I am quite envious of you if you can do that, but that's not for me. Ooh, aesthetic. Right now, I'm gonna just take my finger in top. Oh my god, that is. Okay. Oh, did you see my fingernails? Oh my god, I'm so aesthetic today. Joan was like, you should do the glass nails, the broken glass nails. So I was like, let me just do one finger. That is so pretty. It kind of gives your lids that wet look. Oh, yeah. 어떡하냐? And the fact that it's so tiny, you get like a whole eye palette in there that you can, oh my, oh. I don't even feel like I want to put eyeliner. Let me just put a little bit of mascara. This is once again the Etude House on my lash. Keep it a little bit high end, a little bit low end. And I bought a separate spoolie brush specifically for brushing my lashes out because they can look really clogged up easily. You can see my forehead though, it's starting to crease, and this is a video full of me not being surprised by things. I need to matte her down because this is a more dewy foundation, and with my fucking forehead lines, not here, not on my fucking watch. Oh, but you guys know how I feel about moist foundations. Dewy foundations, they work so well. I feel like for me personally, they work well with powder because I feel like they melt together. Put some powder there too. All right, so I love the way this looks with just eyeshadow and mascara. Love that. I think I'll just swatch you the rest. Now that was the only full shadow palette that I had. I think there was other ones, I just didn't get them because they didn't really appeal to me. The rest I have, here, let me swatch this one. This one is the one with just cream. I have a hard time getting this to show up on my cheeks, so I actually like to just use this as a cream eyeshadow, and I'll have this on my cheeks. And I think the combination looks really nice, especially for maybe like a warm summer look. Lip and cheek products. It's moist, but it has a little bit of that silicone slip to it. So I feel like it will last a little bit better on the skin. If it's completely just moist and just oil, I feel like the skin will just eat it up and it won't last that long, but that's a really pretty color. It's really sheer, but you can build it up a little bit. Because again, it has that little bit of silicone in it, so I feel like it can build up on itself. And it has that, it's like a orange, I guess. It's not too glossy. The other side has, oh, it's more like a highlighter, I feel like. There's not much pigment in there. That's really faint. It's like the last color, but with like a slight, like little tiny bit of, can you even call it shimmer? It's so faint you can't even see it. Yeah, that's cute if you're like really fair. The rest of the palettes that I have are both lip and cheek plus some powder shadow. Now these two shadows I actually really like. They're really great contour shades for the eyes. But this one I find not that pigmented on my cheeks or my lips, so I've actually been using this as a base for these shadows and I actually really like it that way. It creates a really warm, almost like pinkish undertone to these two shades. This is the one I used right here, but it's more of like a pink brown. This one is like a pure brown, like more like neutral brown. So again, the shadows are smooth, but still not super pigmented. This is that's actually really pretty. The colors are really neutral, so they're more on the natural side. Oh, isn't that so pretty? Both of the shadows are kind of, oh, okay. I didn't zoom in, I probably should be zooming in. These kind of remind me of Pony Effect shimmer shadows and Natasha Denona shimmer shadows. Those two brands are really good at making shimmers. That is so pretty. Oh, I love that. Oh, that'd be really perfect for like spring and summer. This brand kind of reminds me of like a pumped up, souped up version of Glossier. Glossier is like super natural, but this brand is more on the natural side, but you get a little bit more coverage in the foundation and you get, oh, what the do you see that? Yeah, you get a little bit more pigment. You get a little bit more shimmer and glitter. This color combination I don't really think flatters my skin tone very much, so I think this will work better on a more fair complexion, maybe like a younger skin. Cute, cute, cute. So this is like a lighter, pinkier version of that last one, I feel like. And again, this is the one I used in the video. Absolute favorite. While this shimmery shade is almost, it's like a champagne shade with like a, it's like a copper with like a champagne undertone to it. I can't describe it, but I think the colors look so pretty together. The browns have almost like a pink undertone to them, so I think even though it's more on the natural side, it actually makes quite a bit of a difference and it gives the eyes a sort of sultry look. So those are the little palettes I have, and now I have two lipsticks. The lipsticks I tried in store, and they are really nice. I like wipe some off on, there's like little tester brushes. I love tester brushes, but there's little brushes that you can use to test the lipsticks. And so that's what I did. I got two colors. Again, very warm colors. I think there are some cool tone ones, but in general they seem to be, again, on the more natural side, more wearable, and they work really well with the rest of the makeup that they have. Bruh, again, the octagon sort of shade. Oh my god, so nice, so aesthetic, love it. I got the shades Carmen, and I got the shade, oh my god, I think it's like Mimi Box, like I Mimi. The names of their lipsticks are like girls' names. It's so aesthetic. This one is in Carmen, beautiful brick red shade. I believe this, oh fuck. These lipsticks also have that flower extract to give you the like really moist finish or whatever. But when I was wearing it, even though I only tested it, it stayed on my lips really well, and it didn't crack. It kind of like, what's the word? Lacquer is not the word. It's kind of just like this sheet that's on your lips that sticks really well. And then I also got the shade Megan, because it looks like it would be kind of like an MLBB color. It's like a pink with a little bit of, oh my, I go. Little secret, I'm going to get lip fillers today. So I think these would look, oh my god, that's a real, that is so pretty. On my skin tone, it looks like my lips, but better. Oh, and the lipstick feels so nice. It's probably one of my favorite lipstick formulas I've ever tried. Oh, bitch. Oh, fuck. I cannot stand, I cannot, I almost didn't want to like it because the brand is so expensive, but at the same time, I want it to be really nice because I don't, I want it to be worth the price. Because I did buy everything myself. I don't mind if it means getting some really great products. Yeah, 난리 나서. I don't know why I said I'm sad because I already tried it. Oh my god. Fuck. It's more like a burnt clementine. It's more on the orange side. I don't think it matches this makeup, but alone, sorry, you can see my hair. Alone, oh wait, can you see my hair? The rich and creamy, high pigmented, moist formula gently, continuously wraps your lips without dryness or flakiness. That's basically how I would describe it. I put a little bit of this right here on my cheeks, and you gotta be careful because I feel like it was lifting a little bit of the foundation off. The moistness plus the moistness of the balm in there was just, so I had to like really gently tap. I think if you have dry skin, you'll enjoy this brand. If you have oily skin, I don't think you're gonna like this at all because everything is so moist. The eyeshadows maybe, but everything else I think is probably aimed towards dry skin. It's all about moisture and shit. I want to take a second to thank you guys for the really nice messages that I got from my last Get Ready With Me. The response went really well, and people were sending me really nice messages about, just really nice messages. The video probably made it sound like it, but I wasn't really, because it's not really just about like the haters or whatever, but it was also, some of the nice viewers as well, because the main reason I don't really like to talk about that stuff is because not even haters or people that don't like me, it's people that like to watch me in general that are always like, or not always, but are sometimes like, I don't know why you even pay attention to these people, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why if you feel the need to explain yourself. And the thing is, that's the reason why I wasn't saying anything about it, and it's messages like that. Whenever I did want to open up a little bit and talk about, I didn't want it to make it sound like I was just complaining about everything. It was more like just talking about what it's like to be like kind of behind the scenes and kind of the stuff that was going on in my head. It was more like just telling you all what that was like. It wasn't really to try and like explain myself to haters or whatever. So it wasn't just people that were talking shit. A little bit of it was also some of my subscribers that are, that are, oh God, I don't want to say fans. Fans is such a nice viewers is what I'm trying to say. Not gonna lie, some of them also kind of prevented me from wanting to be a little bit more open, because then I feel like, because I remember, you guys remember I used to be on Snapchat before, and these comments about like, oh, all Edward does is complain on Snapchat. And so some of that also kind of like maybe shut off a little bit more, and I felt like Snapchat for me was kind of like the place where I could just be ugly and like say everything that was on my mind. But then I started getting comments about like, oh, Edward, why all you ever do is talk about haters and you're so negative. So all of these kind of like made me turn into like a hermit and never really want to talk about things that go on in my head. So that's why when I think about things I want to rant about, maybe then I like have second thoughts and I'll end up not wanting to post it. So I think that last Get Ready With Me was kind of like not really a rant, but it was just a way for me to kind of finally let out a lot of the thoughts I had in my head. So anyway, thank you guys again for that and for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.